Today's program is brought to you by PennyStockProfessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at PennyStockProfessor.com. Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.
Sony Corporation, headed for its second straight year of losses, unveiled a far-reaching turnaround strategy last month, but one which has so far failed to stir up investor appetites for its shares. The stock has underperformed its peers in the broader market despite the ambitious plan under which it will launch 3D TVs and online content distribution service next year and aims to control 20% of the LCD TV market in 2012.
Biomass to energy, since being included in the Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007, has been one of the strongest potential future sources. By 2022, 36 billion gallons of fuel must be made of renewable fuels. To reach its goal, over $1 billion has been allocated to help fund biorefineries convert waste and other organic materials into sustainable energy sources. Green Energy Live uses its proprietary gasification technology for the development of on-site manure-to-electricity conversion systems for use on livestock farms.
Investors in major gold producers may enjoy some long overdue gains next year as companies hope to cash in on the precious metal's ability to sustain historically high price levels. Gold's pullback from record highs above $1,225 an ounce this month is seen by some analysts as a key stage in its longer-term uptrend. General pricing levels for gold equities were at least $200 to $300 behind spot prices when the metal was trading around $1,200 an ounce in anticipation of a pullback.
A forecast of U.S. economic activity rose for the 8th straight month in November, signaling the economic rebound will continue next year. The Conference Board said that the index of lending economic indicators rose 0.9% last month, up from 0.3% in October. The latest reading beat the 0.7% rise. Separately, Thursday, the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Bank said its index of factories in the Mid-Atlantic region rose to 20.4%, up from 16.7% in November. Economists are worried about whether the economic growth in 2010 will match that of the second half of this year, with the unemployment high, credit still tight, and the effects of the government stimulus programs ending.
In fashion news, Dan and Dean Caton are the twin brother team behind the fashion label D²2 are on TV and radio. They created concert costumes for Madonna and Britney Spears, and they'll be outfitting the headlining performers at the opening and closing ceremonies at the 2010 Winter Olympics. Earlier this year, they received a star on Canada's Walk of Fame, the only fashion designers to be honored alongside the likes of Michael J. Fox and Wayne Gretzky.
Ubuntu Linux backer Canonical is changing top management in an effort to become more operationally disciplined, with founder Mark Shuttleworth passing Chief Executive job to Chief Operations Officer Jane Shilber by March 1st. Shuttleworth will continue working at the company, focusing on the company's desktop Linux products. Its cloud computing efforts and meetings with partners central to the company's business. Shilber, who has also worked for the company for almost all of its 5-year history, will spend more time on Canonical's enterprise products for business consumers. Shuttleworth founded Ubuntu and Canonical in part as a reaction to Red Hat and Novell's SUSE Linux, both of which are available as a free version that differs from the commercially supported product. With Ubuntu, the two versions are the same, meaning that those who want the better tested and certified product need not necessarily pay for it. Canonical does offer support subscriptions and is working on gradually improving its server operating system in more than just test and development situations.
To combat a nationwide shortage of doctors, medical schools in the U.S. plan to add 3,000 first-year students by 2018, but it won't be enough. The expansion pushed for by the Association of American Medical Colleges is being undercut by a U.S. healthcare overhaul designed to supply medical insurance to an additional 31 million Americans and a cap on government-funded physician training programs that have been frozen in place for 12 years.
Attention if you have diabetes.
Hello, I'm Alan Thicke. As the father of a child with diabetes, it's important that I keep up to date with the latest in treatments and technology. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a breakthrough in diabetes care through CCS Medical. You don't need to stick your fingers anymore. This new meter allows you to test on your arm, so it's virtually pain-free. Plus, it uses gold test strips. Real laser-etched gold in every strip provides the ideal testing surface for one of the most accurate readings possible. Best of all, CCS Medical can send you this meter at no cost. With CCS Medical, they deliver your diabetes supplies to your home. They work with Medicare or your insurance to process the paperwork. They even have nurses certified in diabetes available to answer questions. And for a limited time, CCS Medical will also send you a diabetes cookbook. All this from a company trusted and recommended by thousands of doctors around the country. Call CCS Medical today.
Today's Dynamic Watch List is brought to you by OTCBB.com. Quote Media Incorporation, QMCI, Mobile Pro Corporation, MOBL, XKEM, RGRP, ACHI, IMNR, Unigene Laboratories Incorporation, UGNE, CKEIE, Opexa Therapeutics Incorporation, OPXA, Cargo Connection Logistics Holding Incorporation, CRGO, MGEN, Axial Vector Engine Corporation, AXVC, and NVAO.
General Electric has released its own theory of how the legendary Santa Claus could make his yearly trip while communicating with Mrs. Claus and the elves back at HQ. This version, however, showcases real-world technology with green tech at GE Labs. While Santa Hook is child's play, the technology presented has useful applications in the adult world. For example, the company is developing isophonic coatings that prevent ice and water from sticking to a vehicle even when driving through snow. It has a ceramic matrix composite material intended for use in the gas turbine engines used in aircraft. The material is lightweight and heat resistant, but is not brittle like most ceramic materials. It's closer to metal in terms of durability. According to General Electric, the paper-thin, bendable OLED lights for Santa's sleigh could be incorporated in all manners of gear like camping tents, wallpaper, and firefighters' uniforms. The trip optimizer calculates the speed for a locomotive engine to save fuel depending on the route and makeup of the train. Then self-adjusts the locomotive's throttle accordingly throughout the trip. General Electric suggests that Santa might use the autopilot system for his sleigh, but Canadian Pacific Railway announced in July that it is equipping 200 of its freight locomotives with this system. More details on the technology, along with profiles of the scientists working on them, can be found at General Electric's interactive website. Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.